The Saudi-led coalition's attack on Hudaida is escalating. Airstrikes are raining down on public and residential areas of the Yemeni port city. The coalition's trying to force deeply entrenched Houthi rebels out, but the recent uptick of violence spells disaster for residents.
Hudaida's port is a center for people to find food. Everyone gets fed from here. There are police and law enforcement officers here. We call on the US and everyone else. If they enter the city, we will be ruined. Where will we live? Where will we go? We appeal only to God.
People flee for shelter as the coalition hammers the city. Residents report dozens of people have been wounded as the battle has raged around neighborhoods, schools, and the airport for almost a week. Yemenis here have endured several blockades since the war began 3 years ago, but an even greater catastrophe looms. The UN's human rights chief Zeid Ra'ad al-Hussein issued the warning.
I emphasize my grave worry regarding the Saudi and Emirati-led coalition's ongoing attacks in Hudaida, which could result in enormous civilian casualties and have a disastrous impact on life-saving humanitarian aid to millions of people, which comes through the port.
The UN coordinator for Yemen, Jamie McGoldrick, said last year that blockades had brought 8.4 million Yemenis to the brink of famine. That's because the western Red Sea port is how much of the food and medical aid gets to areas controlled by the Houthis. But the coalition says it's also how the Houthis get weapons. The clock is ticking for Yemenis trapped by the fighting.
We eat, drink, sell, buy like everyone else. We have no one except God.
And perhaps the UN, if it succeeds in its latest attempts to negotiate with the Houthis for control over Hudaida's port. If it doesn't, a war it says has already killed 10,000 people could lead to the deaths of exponentially more. Sarah Balter, TRT World.